Okay. Let's get the party started. What do y'all say? I'm going to pop that over there. We got some stuff we got to go over tonight and get done. Bring all this out here. All right, because we have to make the cat eyeball marbles. I'm not making an actual eyeball, but will appear to be like the cat. All right, let's make sure we got uranium here. Yep, we got uranium. We're good to go. Oh, shit. Just blinded. Good evening, everybody. What's happening? How y'all doing? Welcome to the Glow Show tonight. We are on the Glow Show. Make sure we're got glowy stuff all over the place. I'm going to charge up this flashlight right now. So we have to, all right, side view. All right, we're going to bring this out. So I have to make this. It's not going to show as well right now. I'm going to try and turn the light on because we got the filter on there. Well, hell. Let's see if I can just pop the filter off for a second. See, I got to make that color right there. Got to make that color eye. That's what we're working on. Oh, there's a filter. See how much the filter changes stuff? Sorry. That's what I was saying. Changes everything. All right, let me get this cam back up in order. So apparently I can't do that without it now. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, let me get this camera back. Oh, it actually looks okay. All right, we're good to go. Okay, back to scene one. Here we go. All right, now let's try my hotkey. I have keys bound to my mouse. Okay. It's not working. There we go. That's the scene I need right there. There. I got one button on my mouse I can do that with. We're good to go. Okay, let's get started. So tonight will definitely be a custom blend of color. And we're going to park that right there. You know what? That actually fits there. Huh. Maybe that'll be a good spot for it. I'm always trying to find a spot for my drill that's out of the way. Okay, so we got to make that cat. If you're new to the channel or you're just popping in right now, we got to do a custom. Nope. Wow, that got bright. So we got to do these cat's eyes right here. Now the filter's showing it up a little different right now, but yeah, we got to do the cat eyes. And sorry, I'm changing cameras all over the place now. Okay. All right. Hey, it works. We're good. All right. Let's go. So in order to do that, we got to build a base color. And then we got to add in some accent colors. Let me grab the paperwork real quick. 1 second. If I were... Okay. All right, so I got the paperwork right there. Running out of room. So I don't have to do 2 of them, I have to do 3 of them. So we'll get one done. And maybe we'll move on to some other stuff tonight. Okay, so we're also going to try this little bit of green in here. This is called, God, I don't even know what the hell this is called. Nemo. I don't know about this color. We're going to find out pretty quick. Let's take a look at Nemo here. So it's kind of like a blue-green color. All right, why are you not turning on? It's got kind of like that really funky, cool green color to it. I've never used it before, so we're going to find out. Let's go ahead and open it up. All right. Let's pop this open. And bring that out. All right, Nemo is being a pain in the ass. Nemo's definitely being a pain in the ass. I don't know who packed this up. They didn't do such a good job. There's little bits flying everywhere. All right, we're going to put Nemo right there. Supposedly this is the color. It's kind of like a greenish. Let me see if I can bring the zoom in. Okay, you're not zooming. There. So you can kind of see that it's kind of got like a bluish green color to it. And it's looking fairly dark, but it's actually a pretty light color. Let's get started. So we have to cut this one in half. There we go. And we're going to cut this one in half as well. Probably going to need it for the drill mix. There. Okay, so I think this should have... I'm looking at the cat eye again. It's very green. So we're going to do clear and lime with a little bit of that Nemo in there. And see what we get from there. We'll use this. What's up, everybody? Good evening, and here we go. So we're going to drop this in and start creating a bundle of color. I think I'm going to remove the filter temporarily off the side camera so we can get a good look at the colors together. And see how it works. Okay, so we got to drop this a little bit in here, probably, I don't know, about 1.5 inches of thickness. And then about 2 inches long. And that'll allow me the opportunity to add in the colors and not make it too big. Because it's going to have to fit into the angel wing holder. Okay. All right, this is taking forever. We got to kick it up a notch. We got to kick the flame up a notch. I do not want to sit on this thing all night. Okay, let's get the full thrusters engaged. There we go. Now we got it. I know, Captain Nemo. Well, I would have thought they would have named a color like orange Nemo, not green. Yeah, that's the... I would have done orange as Nemo, not green. Okay, so now we got some heat to it. We can get this melted a heck of a lot faster. Oh, we got some marbles to look at later, too. That'll be interesting. All right, so we're going to push a little bit more in here. What's up, Deb? You got your pen? You love it? Oh, that's awesome. No, it's not acetylene. It is oxygen and propane. Acetylene's definitely hotter, or hot enough, not hotter. It's hot enough, but it is considered a dirty gas. So it has all that black carbon soot running out of it, and you just don't want that getting into your glass mixture. So that's why we use propane. It just burns cleaner, and Hank Hill would approve of it. Hank Hill would definitely approve of that. Okay, so we should have enough bulk here. We're going to park this off to the side so I can retrieve it later. And kick my earbuds back in. All right, so here's the dilemma that you run into when you do custom colors. Let's pull this filter off here. Okay, we're going to pull that off right now. I'll put it back on later. So glass doesn't act like normal paints or colors when you start getting into mixing. So I have to try and get this color as close as possible. So there's the cat's eyes, like that. So it has a yellow, but it's also very greenish. So my dilemma is, do I do yellow, dilute it, or do I do green with a hint of yellow? And that's the trick right there. Nope, not that one. Nope. There we go. Why are you messing with me now? All right, there we go. All right, so dual stream is the one that has the proper setting. Okay. So we're going to go the lime green route. We're going to add a little yellow to it and see how it breaks down. All right, I'm going to park that right next to side view. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that started. And we're going to pull some lines straight down. Like that. A little bit more this way. All right, so 4 lines of lime green down. Did I plug in? Huh. Okay, so first step, we got the lime green going in that direction. We're going to bounce back and forth between side view and normal view so you guys get a good look. So there is the lime green that we got started. And we're going to come back out. We're going to throw a little bit of uranium in here. I actually think the uranium will enhance it. Just a little bit. Not much. Just a tiny bit. Okay. A little yellow on one side. So this is the yellow we're going to do, the crayon. You guys are getting a full color science adventure tonight. Bring a little bit of that yellow in. So I'm trying to remember in the top of my head. We got 4 lime, 1 yellow, 1 uranium. And then oddly enough, we're going to add butterscotch. So we're going to bring the butterscotch color in there. Believe it or not, just a little bit of it. This is what I was saying, color science a little bit on glass is totally different. Don't want a lot of this on there, so we're going to bring it down into a thin rod right there. So I'll show you what we're working with. Oddly enough, like I said, we're going to bring that color into it, the butterscotch. We're going to add it to this, and hopefully we get the color that I'm shooting for. But that's an odd color to want to add in there. But after having done this for so many years, I think I got it. Just a little dab will do ya. Actually, going to do 2 lines this thin. All right, that should be good. Those are all the colors we need at the moment. Going to move that off to the side, and let's see how it looks. Woo! Okay, so first step is we have to bring it in. I'm going to shrink this down a little. Pop that up. Too close. Nope, that's actually a good view. So we're going to grab it. We're going to drill mix it. And I hope to God we got the right color. And this is the base color. That's a little short, but that's okay. So we're going to use the DeWalt drill. I'm actually going to pop it back out. I'm going to bring it back out. So we grip it and we start mixing all that color in. You know what? I need a thicker rod to work off of. Hey, this one in my drill's getting too short. And the other one is getting flippy floppy. So we're just going to park it right here onto this one. All right, we're going to separate it. So this will be a marble. I'm debating whether to actually make it kind of look like the cat's eye, like full blown, with the little cat impression in there, the eyeball. All right, we're good now. Let's go ahead and get this thing fully engaged. How's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully you're doing fantastic. Good to see you all. And here we go. We're going to grip it. Okay, a little bit more. All right, we are good to go. We need our angel wing holder. So this is what it's going to fit into, these little angel wings like that. And yeah, we're looking good. Okay, so we got to get the... let me grab this stuff real quick, because I pre-did this. And there we are. All right, so I had pre-done the ashes with the rod. That takes forever to do it. So I pre-did the rod that has the ash in it. It's probably going to pop a little bit. Then we're going to mix that in there. I did not have a lot of ashes to work with, though. Up there it goes. Little cracky. It should break right off now. Okay, we're going to put that in the kiln so no more breaking. And then we're going to mix all that up one more time. So that actually had the ash in there. They had requested that I not do it on live like that. I can make the rest of the piece, just not the ash dipping part. We're going to mix all that in real quick, get it in there. All nice and blended. And there we go. Okay. All right, so we're going to take this portion of it and we're going to round out the back half. I'm going to make sure we're fitting into the angel wing holder here really well. I can't really, there. I'll park it right there for now. So it's going to fit into this little holder here when it's all cooled off. We're going to start getting a little bit rounded in here. Yeah, perfect. I'm pretty good about judging the eyeball and the size, no pun intended. All right, so we're rounding it out. We're looking good, actually. We're looking fantastic here. All right, we're going to switch sides now. We're going to reverse the punty. Got to let that cool off a tiny, tiny bit. Then we're going to separate it. Okay. Move that off to the side. And we're going to take off a little bit on the end here. There's no ash in this part. going to take that. Separate it. Okay. I think we're okay. Going to check the color here. You guys can check it out with me. Let's see how we're looking. We got kind of that yellowish starting, that yellow green. Separate my flashlight. Yeah, we got that. We're pretty close there. Bayo. Thank you. All right. So that is the color we have. It's going to get a little bit more yellow here in a minute. So remember that color. I'm going to park that in there temporarily. I got to get this pulled up. Really? Let me just screenshot this here. Let's bring out the two colors and see. Oh, make sure I got the cat eye. Okay, so there's the cat eye that we're going for. And yeah, I'd say we're pretty close. We're not too far off. All right. Not far off at all. All right, so we're going to round this up a little bit, and then I'm going to create a little patterning in there. I'll try and give it some patterns. Yep. Okay, we just have to bring it down a tiny bit in order to do what I want to do with it. Yeah. Okay, so I'm so sorry. I forgot I was on the side view. Damn it. I forgot I was there. I am so sorry. I didn't mean to do that to you guys. Crap. I apologize. There, that's better. Pop it in a little bit closer, right about there. I am so sorry about that. That is a roller on top of my kiln. All right, so we're going to park this in the oven for the moment. And we're going to attempt to do a little bit of a pattern into the eye marble. This part is always a little bit crazy. Let's go ahead and get this set up. So first things first, we're going to take it down a notch. Attach that. Going to pull a little bit of this off in the back here. Don't need that. It's a little scrubby back here. You guys are going to see a whole new pattern by me. I use a AIM kiln. AIM. AIM. All right, let's go ahead and pull it right in a little tighter. All right, we're going to get, no, not that damn tight. There. All right, we need some black. So we're going to take black here. We're going to stripe all the way down. You're going to need this again, so we're going to leave it off to the side. And then we're going to take a color that I rarely use. So this is called Amazon Bronze. I rarely use this color. It's a beautiful color, but it is not the most friendly color to use. You can kind of see that bronzy look. If you guys are around for a little bit, I'll show you a cool part about this color later. If I snap it in half, there's little copper wires in here. I might be able to snap it and show you the little copper wires. All right, we're going to run a little streaky down here. So we just took those two colors and we just ran them side by side, opposite of each other. Okay. I don't know why this light is just funky. So there we go. So we got the Amazon Bronze and the black, which is Galaxy. All right. We're going to twist this up really tight and super thin. Okay, we're going to go super thin on this. So we're going to start twisting it up and pulling it way down. I think that's about all I'll need. We'll have to do it to come back to it. We're making a custom marble memorial. So now we have the Man, it's so hard to see that. So small. We got a little bit of black in that Amazon bronze running through there. So it's just a twisty little cane going all up and down. Let's go ahead and grab that marble. I think I should have you guys completely zoomed in on here. This is going to be hard to see. Let me get you guys zoomed in. There we go. All right, we're just adding this all the way around. Just got to fill in the gaps now. Just a couple more and we're good. And I think we're all good. Okay, so this is kind of how it turns out, kind of eyeballish. How did the remake of the marble turn out? Remake turned out awesome. Yeah, that actually came out really good. All right, so we're going to pop on to the side. We're going to melt it in a little bit. I could probably just hold this up temporarily. Give you guys a little better view here. And then we're going to bring it out here. So now we get that kind of iris looking pattern to it. Let me bring it back in, get it hot again. So there's kind of like that iris looking. We're not done yet, but that's the iris looking portion of it. So from here, we're going to start melting everything in a little bit. Hi, Betty. How are you? So we're going to bring it in, start getting it kind of round. I'm debating on doing the little cat thing in there. Like the little cat eye. Hi, Betty. How you doing? I might as well show you guys the filter from here. Crap, I forgot about that. So that's what my glasses do for me. That's how they interact with the fling. Like that. Can you just draw in the glass? I don't understand what you mean. Can you just draw in the glass? All right, we got to start getting it round a little. Draw things on it. I did just do the drawing. I know it's hard to tell right now. I'm sorry, but I'll promise you'll see it here not too far from now. This is a spot where it's kind of like it's super hot and it's hard to distinguish what it's doing. But if you give me 2 minutes, I promise you'll start to see some things happening. So what we're doing is this is a memorial. The customer had a cat, and they're having me kind of remake the cat's eyes like the marble. Now, originally, they just wanted colors. They have no idea that it's doing this spectacle, like this version. Usually when someone gives me creative freedom to do, like, just go nuts, they always get way more than they bargained for. All right, we're going to bring it off to the side so you guys can see it now. So this is kind of like the little iris zone here. You can see that patterning happening in there now. So that's the simulated iris. One more time here. Like that. It has a really cool pattern to it. All right, so before we go too far, I do have to make the other side super round. Then I can focus on the front half of this marble. Yeah, I'm a little oddball, T-Pop. People do things different. There's probably going to be some green trees out there saying they invented this technique. Somebody else touching glass saying they did it too. Look what I came up with. I obviously don't mind sharing my techniques. It just gets really old when people like do that and they're like, oh, look what I invented. All right, here we go. And I know they watch my stream all the time. They think they're sneaky on here. And what they don't understand is I just don't care. Okay, we got to pull this back end off here. This looks really cool. I'm super excited for this. Are you in Minnesota? Yeah, that's got to be cold. And a lot of people don't know that even though you have a heater, like a torch, it's really cold. So Teepaw, I feel for you. Yeah, so Teepaw was mentioning up in Minnesota, glasswork. Just because you have a flame doesn't mean it's like warm in your studio. It's actually far from it. All right, so I'm just trying to get this back end all rounded out. And here we go. And that is looking beautiful. Always cold? Yeah, it gets super cold. Yeah, we're in the Pacific Northwest. It gets cold, but not as much as like Minnesota cold. All right, we have a perfectly. Oh, are you serious? It's got a wobble. Oh man, it's in a bad spot. All right, I got to show it to you. You're going to see. Oh, I'm so sorry for the side view again. So what I'm looking at, look at the reflection off of the ceiling. See that ceiling light right there? See that wobble? That right there tells me I got a bad spot to it. So it's pretty round, pretty round. Yeah, it's definitely got a wobble to it right there. So that is what I'm looking for, that little denty wobble. And that is how I can tell when I'm off. So if you're a marble maker and you've wondered how the hell do you get it round, that's how. But it's in a bad spot. All right, we're going to work as much as I can from this half. We're going to switch it back around and hopefully get that little nubby out. That's a bad spot to be in right there. All right, this end is really round. It's all good to go. Got to work on that side now. Make sure it fits in the angel. Look at that. Perfect fit. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I swear, I must be like way off today. I am a little bit actually. So it fits in the angel wing holder like that. So I was playing with Fritz today and I got tripped up with Fritz and I think I either bruised my rib, cracked my rib. I don't think I broke it because it hurts too much. So I either bruised it or something, slight fracture. I didn't completely break it. That's what I get for roughhousing with them. But he's worth it. Yeah, it's it's definitely a lot of pain. Oh well. Either way, it's pain. Yeah, if it was completely broken, it'd be better, I think. I think the bruised ribs are way worse. Maybe I'm wrong. I always thought it was a break was less painful than bruising or slight fracture. Have you ever tried using lightning glass? I'm not familiar with lightning glass at all. Okay, so we got to get the wobble out of here. I'm going to show you that wobble one more time. Oh man, I'm so mad at that. It's in a really bad spot. All right, let's pull this off right here. All right, we're going to bring it out off to the side so you guys can see the... So that's the kind of the iris eyeball pattern that we got going on. I'm going to bring it out one more time, get a better view of it. Like that. Let's shine a light. I don't think I put a light on it. Oh, you're talking about Lebanon glass. No, I don't work with that. So there is the iris looking portion of it. That's what it looks like when it kind of cools off a little. So there we are. We got to add in the total pupil, but yeah. So what I'm looking at right now is this has a total wobble to it in one spot. See that? That ceiling light is just bouncing, especially right there. Wow. Yeah, there's two spots right there. So that is got to be fixed. So this is a memorial. Definitely, we got to take some time with it. Bring it in a little bit more. Right there. So we just got to heat it up super gentle, super slow. We're going to use the graphite molds down here. They are made of graphite, essentially, incredibly high density pencil lead. I'm hoping this takes it out real quick. All right, let's bring it in and see if we can get this worked out. Not all the way yet, but it got close right there. Might be able to get it this little pass here. I think that's the perfect spot for these marble molds. Yeah, it's perfect spot. It's a little further for me to reach out and deal with, but I think for you guys, the audience, it looks way better. All right, here we go. Should be last pass right there. Yeah, we're good. We got it all worked out. All right, so I'm going to show you the iris pattern. I got to look at the picture again, and we're going to attempt to put the little pupil in it. Except, of course, a cat's got to have a different pupil. Let's bring it off to the side view. I'm so sorry this is taking a while, but it's definitely going to be worth it here. After this, we're going to be making the Auralite heart. All right, so there we are with the patterning. Yeah, we're all good. We'll bring out the light. Yeah, we definitely have the nice eyeball pattern going. Color's looking good. So let me show you the color we're trying to match. It's got to cool off a little. All right. So I'm trying to match. Oh, crap. Trying to match that color. Now it's going to be. Yeah, we're pretty close. Now I just got to focus on the. It's just a single slit down, just like a little black line. I think we'll be okay on that. Let me pull the stringer really good. And I think it's just a straight up black line down. Grab black here. And let's pull this little end off here. All right. I feel like Danica from CBXD, she works all that stuff so small. I don't know how she does it. She works like this micro glass. Like crazy small. All right, let's get this pulled a little bit. I just need a tiny little bit of black right there. Pull that off really, really clean. Okay. Let me look at this cat's eye. All right. We're going to bring it in really close. You guys can watch me screw up, possibly. Let's bring it right in here. Oh, wrong way. Okay. So I do this a little different than other people. I start from the middle and work two ways out. You don't draw a straight, I don't draw a straight line down. I do two separate halves. And I try, the reason I do that is I like the middle section to have a little bit of width to it. Right there. All right, let's blend it in and see what we got. I think we're okay. So we got the little eyeball going that way. It's definitely going to have to cool off a little before it shows up all the way. But yeah, so this is what we're shooting for right there. So we're getting, now you see the colors are starting to come out. As soon as those colors start melding, it's going to look a hell of a lot better. See, now we're going. So one last little minute detail here. So then make sure we don't get anything pulled off there. I want to sharpen the two ends up a little bit. All right, that should do it. Okay, we're going to sharpen this one up just a tiny bit more. I'm just trying to get it to a little bit of a point. It's like one of my least favorite things on the planet to do. There. All right, we should be good now. Now we should have that really good eyeball look to it. Let's let it cool off a little. See, we pulled the little ends down to a little bit more of a sharper point. Now you're going to start to see the color popping in. It's going to get a little darker as it starts cooling off. And then the eyeball will start coming into play. But I think we got pretty close. Yeah, not too far off. What do y'all think? Yay or nay? I have to make 3 of them, actually. Yeah, I definitely have to make 3 of them. All right, so we got the color starting to bounce in. All right, I'm happy with it. That's Dragonfly Creations' amazing little eyeball tool there. Gonna pop that off. I can only hold it sideways right now, but... Oh, crap. I swear I'm way off today. Anyway. Yeah, once it all starts popping in color-wise, it'll look much, much better. All right, let's bring the marble out from earlier today. So we did this guy earlier today. It's pretty sick, I think, actually. All right. So we got the uranium. And we got the amber purple looking good. I told y'all it'd look fantastic. This is the one from earlier today. Let me move this around a little. So this is the one we did earlier in the afternoon. You can definitely see those gold colors bouncing through. That amber purple is on point. Like that. And we got a little bit of the greens. I don't think the uranium's going to show up yet. This has a lot of uranium in it. And then this is the hummingbird we did. We were comparing colors. So this is the amber purple on cobalt. Okay, this is why I love amber purple on cobalt. Pretty ordinary, right? And now you can see all the color bouncing through. Yeah, there we go. That'll show the color better. So that's amber purple on cobalt with the white. I like it. I think it looks good. All right, we got to make a functional, not functional, a jewelry. We got to do a heart shape. Nope, too far. So we got to make a heart, and this is the Aura Light heart. And I like it because it has the hole that goes through the heart. If I can find the tools. Oh, there it is. It was hiding from me. All right, so we're going to make the heart shape. This is going to be a cool, a very cool pendant. All right. Right about there is good. So this particular heart has amber purple, cobalt, and a little bit of the ash in there from the white. And we're going to toss a little caramel in it. And let's rock. We got this. Actually, I'm just going to start with blue. So we're going to start off with just regular old cobalt blue. And we're going to add the white, the ash in it right now. So this particular rod, I built the ash into it earlier. Like I said, they didn't want to have it done publicly. They don't mind the rest of it, but the ash part, they wanted a private session, so we did that privately. All right, so there we are. We got the ash in there. About like that. So we're going to bring it out. We're going to add the amber purple on here. Let's grab some amber purple. For those of you who don't know, amber purple is one of my favorite colors in the planet. It has a really unique property to it. It's called a striking color. And it actually morphs into like 3 different colors. Uh-oh. There we go. We could probably put the filter back on. Let me get this amber purple on here. Let's get this color on here. Okay, let's bring it up close so you guys can see. And we're going to pop the filter back on the side here. All right, so what we did there is we got the cobalt that's attached. That little section right past the cobalt is the ash, and then that is the amber purple that's doing all that little fun swirly stuff in there. You might even see a little bit of color bouncing out of it. No, it's not going to show up just yet. But by the time we get done with it, it'll show. Let's park that in the kiln for a second and get the filter back on. This is my little filter that I use for it. See? It's just a tiny guy. Oh my God, it's dirty. Oh well. I'll clean it later. We're going to finger wipe it clean. Okay, let's bring it down that way. Okay, as as I go drop it. Crap! All right, 1 second. I got to walk around because I dropped it. And might as well just do it from behind. Sorry, be patient with me for a second. Okay, we're going to bring it back here. Right there. Sorry. I don't like doing this part. There. Now we got a filter on. I just noticed I have a delay on the YouTube, and I just saw my screen wiggling all over the place. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, guys. I apologize for that. Let's go. All right, let's bring in the other view for a moment, and we'll add everything up. Thank you for bearing with me. You guys tolerate a lot from me. I appreciate it. All right, let's add in the blue again. Wow. Did it just get brighter in here to you? Did everything just get brighter, or am I going psycho? Darker? Wow, it went brighter in my environment here. I think the ghostie's back. So lots of blue on here. Ooh, I'm getting too close. And then we're going to pop some more amber purple. Did you guys see that? I haven't touched anything. That was the lights doing something on their own. Yeah, you guys got to experience the ghost. Those of you that don't know, I have a little ghost with the most in my studio. All right, so we got the amber purple, the blue, and we need a short little... I don't have any short ones, but we're going to add a little blue here. We're going to stack the other side. So we're making an actual heart right now. Right now we have a kidney bean. So this particular one has a multi-step pattern, like 5 different tiers of color. Okay, and we already put the ash in there. All right, let's punch it right up as close as we can get here. There, you guys can see a little bit closer. So we got multi-layers on here. We're going to kind of compress it down into a ball, and then we got to reverse the entire direction. So right now I kind of want to get this into a ball shape. While we're doing that, I'll bring out the filter. This is the filter that I use on my glasses, my lenses, called dididium. You can see how amazing that is. So that's how I can see what the heck I'm doing. But I don't leave the filter on because if I did, I would be just all purple. Everything turns purple. Then you guys would call me Barney. All right, so we got to burn this off here and one reversal. So let me get this all stacked up here, and then I'll show you what's happening with this. No, they're not. They're not welding glasses. It's a very specific lens called dididium. I do have a welder's shade number 3 laminated to the dididium. So halfway, kind of technically, right? Shade 3 welding. But mostly it's that dididium color, like this. So this is straight up dididium. It is purple. You can see that. Look at that. See my little black light right there? You guys get the secret view. What's up, Amy? How are you? How much does the gas cost? $1 million. All right, here we go. No, it doesn't cost much. I have a pet dragon. All right, so what we have here is we have everything stacked up. This is where everything kind of changes direction. This is one of the hardest things to get used to in glass. So see how the colors are running stacked, like 1, 2, 3, 4, going sideways? We're going to take that and we're going to switch the whole thing up now. Okay, so we got amber, purple, blue, white, amber, purple, blue. Actually, I'm going to use an amber, purple punty. It'll look good. Nope, I'm not. So now we're going to attach it right there sideways. We're going to pop it off that way. So what I want is when I look at this pendant, I want to be looking at it this direction, not stacked up and down that way. So we had to change it up just a little bit. Because as we go into the mold, it's going to completely change the whole look of it. So I want the colors running, if you're looking at it this way, I want them up and down. So again, this is going to be a heart pendant. I don't do a traditional heart. I like making them a little different. So this will have a little curvature at the tail of the heart, and it's going to have a hole running through it all the way through, and that is where you can hang it from. Again, we're going to bring it side view. So now you can see the colors are running up and down that way. I don't know why I'm doing a full tutorial, but apparently I am. So now we got the colors running in that pattern. All right, next step is, all right, who's buzzing me? I don't know. Next step is we're going to start getting it ready for shaping. Which means I'm going to have to burn that clear off on the other side, flatten it just a tiny bit. That's why I don't like working small too much. You guys can't see, I can't see. But this is a memorial, so in that case, I don't mind it. All right, so we're going to pull this little tiny nub of clear off here. Okay. And we're going to punch it way up. Hopefully you guys can see that patterning happening. It's really hard. At least you can semi-see what I'm doing here. Okay, one more time in the mold. That way. Okay. So here's the final step before we start moving and manipulating the heart. So you can see all the colors running straight up and down. Now when I go to pull this, I'm going to kind of angle it a little when I reattach it. So I'm not going to do it this way or this way. I'm going to leave it on the side view for a moment just because I think it'll be a better... No, the mold isn't oval. It's round. I just made it oval. All right, let's go ahead and attach where I want it to go. We're going to go right there. And tap it off. There we go. Okay, one last look before we give it a full manipulation here. There we are. Colors are already looking pretty, though. I already like the colors. All right, let's go ahead and shape it. I didn't angle it as much as I wanted to. I'm actually going to reattach that there. I'm going to bend this over here. All right, so I reattached. I kind of angled it a little off. And here we go. We're going to start pulling and manipulating the shape. Okay, we're going to separate it up here. Clean up that clear. All right, here's where we are so far. So we kind of manipulated a little. So now we got the colors running that direction. That's why I said I want to kind of go that direction. Let's pull it back out just for a little bit. So we got to clamp it down. All right, here we go. We're looking good. These flatteners are really special to me. These were my mother's flatteners for her work. I'll never get rid of them. You know what? This looks really dark. Give me 1 second here. I am not super happy with the... no. Give me 1 second here. We need to change this just a little. There, that's better. What do you think? That better? I think so. We lightened it up a little bit. Okay, first things first, we got to cut this. So we're going to take handy dandy snippers here. Bet you didn't know you could cut glass, did you? So now we got cut like that. Then we're going to flatten just a little bit. Yeah, that is actually a lot of fun. That is pretty satisfying, to be honest. All right, we are going to go full back out. We're going to pop in just a little. View. And boom, boom. All right, we're going to go to the side view. This is where we're going to get a little bit better viewing angles here. All right, so we got the heart shape started. Oh, you could definitely do mermaid tails for sure. But look at that. So we got that really cool pattern going. And now we're going to fine tune it. So right now it looks like a butt. I don't mean to be crude, but it looks like a butt. And I don't want a butt. We got to get it into a heart shape. So we're going to heat up one side of it at a time and let gravity do its thing. Now you can see how it just letting it drip and melt normal. You can see how much it changes that little portion of it. Now we got to do the other side. Thank you, Smoky Door. All right, here we go. We're going to melt it all in. So if you are on YouTube with me right now, we are multi-streaming TikTok and YouTube. If you're on YouTube and you have any hype points available that you wouldn't mind sharing with my channel, I would greatly appreciate it. It's not mandatory. I'm not begging for it. But if you have any hype points that you wouldn't mind sharing on here, that would be super fantastic. All right, so we're going to get it all blended together now. And there we go. So now we're into that heart shape. See how much? I didn't even have to use a tool with it. We just let gravity do all the work. Let the glass get in its molten shape and let it do all its work. And there we go. Look at that. We got the colors bouncing through. We're looking fantastic. And yes, this heart is taking a very long time, but we are doing a memorial, and I'm not going to rush a memorial. Yeah. Someone's paying me really good money to make this, and we're going to take our time with it. What's up, Irene from Maine? How are you? Lizzie May. All right, first things first, we attach a little punty rod right there. Remember I said in the beginning I don't like the heart to look super ordinary. So we're going to give it a little bit of a, what I call a tail, a curvature. Not a big one, just a little. Just to give it character. And there we go. We're not done yet. We have to put the little hole in it so it can hang. But again, I don't like super ordinary shape with it. But now you can see that color streaking through there. All right, we're going to punty it up to the bottom and then put the hole in. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, Sandollar. Pop that off. Get off. Okay. And one last look before we manipulate it into its final stage. So that blue section is where I'm going to put the hole because we got this really nice color pattern running through there. And that will absorb the spot to put the hole in it right there. Look at that aqua. I told you it's pretty. Pretty. All right, let's go. So this is the tool I use. They're called bale biters, like this. And we're just going to heat it up and punch a hole right through it. And just like that. We have to widen it up a little bit, but you can see the hole is running through there now. Let's go ahead and get that opened up. I need my beeswax. So this is my little beeswax tray down here. Oh, you know what? We don't need the side view at the moment. So sorry. And we'll punch it up a little bit. Hey, Dusty Shredder, how are you? Good evening. All right, let's get the hole in here. So I like it this way because this piece pretty much becomes hard to break. Because there's no extra bale or anything for it to pop off of. A little more beeswax down here. All right, last little bit should be I got to put this someplace where I'm not going to burn myself. And then these are one of my favorite little tools here for widening it out. These stupid reverse tweezers are amazing. They're like the perfect reamer. And that's it. No more. I think we're good. Bayo, thank you for the membership. Giving it away. Got you. Thank you, thank you. All right, side view. So there, now we got the hole running through it. Like I said, it's going to be very hard for someone to break this thing. And it's just an elegant little funky monkey piece. Let's go ahead and separate it. All right, we should have a good little look at it now. Then I just have to get it in the kiln. So yeah, it has a nice little hook in it right there, and yeah, pretty badass. Pop that all the way in the back so we can get that amber purple popping out. Okay. All right, we are good right here. Let's go ahead and bring it back a little. I'm going to try the different... I'm going to try it with the view this way. There we go. Nope, right there. Okay, how much for one of those? I don't remember offhand. That one's a memorial, so it does have a... It's got the sticker shock of being a memorial, but you have to check out the fieryguy.com. I don't remember pricing on it. And if it's not on there, just send us a message and we can... we're just adding more stuff to it. All right, what do you guys say we make a really cool, funky, off the wall marble? That'll give me a moment to relax. We'll do it with the uranium. We'll pop some uranium in there. And we'll try some of that Nemo color. What do y'all say? Yeah, I think it'll look good. What's up, Mount Railfin? Okay, we got the uranium down here. We're going to use that guy. We got this Nemo color. I have no idea about this color. It looks totally different for me. Let's bring it out. Oops, side view. Like I said, this color, I'm just not... helps if I use that. It's very much a jewel tone. It's definitely got a jewel tone hue to it. This is one of the most awesome colors in North Star. Yeah, I've never used it before, so we're going to use it right now. All right, let's go with full view. I have a couple ideas for it, so we're going to make it work. Let's rock it. How much for the dolphins? I think they're up on the fieryguy.com. Darla, I can't remember. All right, let's start off here. We're going to build up a little bulky of it. Yeah, they sent me like 2 or 3 pounds of this to play with, and it's been like 3 years or 2 years. I don't remember when it came out. And I just didn't have time to mess with it. All right, let's keep going a little bit more. All right, I think we got enough there. Let's add the liquid metal electrum on here. Let's get a little electrum going. There it is. Love this stuff. Why do you have to put it in the kiln? That tempers the glass. So if you work, like, take the dolphins that are in front. If I, like, finish the bottom dolphin and let it sit for a little bit, or like I was working the dolphins, this is the best way to describe it, and I started from bottom up. By the time I got up here, it's super hot. This will down here have cooled off a lot. And if you don't let it sit in the kiln and temper, if you will, it will it'll stress it out. And that stressing out will crack it because it cools at different rates. All right, let's pop this on. Okay. So we're going to add the uranium glass on here. Let's go ahead and get this uranium on. Oop, there we go. All right, let's get the rest of that off. All right, we got what looks like a very much like a candy. Side view. All right, there we are. Either that or it looks like a Chinese character. Like a little cartoon character. Either way. So there we got the NEMA, we got the electrum, and then we got the uranium. Look at that uranium with the electrum behind it, man. That is so sexy. All right, this camera is bugging out on me. There we go. That looks just juicy. And then we got the Nemo. All right, let's pop it back out. Bring it up a little. There we go. We are going to magnify that uranium, though. We're going to use some clear and magnify the heck out of it. I thought I had a lot of it up here. Okay, I guess not. We'll just have to use this one. Let's go. I don't want to try encasing that Nemo because I'm a little worried that it is not it's not suitable for inside work. All right, let's get this thing really magnified. Debating whether I should put some glow in the dark on this. I don't know. Okay, let's kick it up a notch. Back down. Okay, we're going to separate right now. I got to definitely do something with this. It's already got a lot of color stages to it, but not 1,000%. It's too small right now. It's opposite of my normal problem. Let's bring it down a little bit. We may stack some stuff in here. Do a little stacking. Would have made a cool mushroom too, though. All right, we are looking fantastic. What do you think? Should we hide some Lucy in it? Oh, that might be kind of fun. Should we stack up some Lucy on top of it? So we got the uranium up there, and then right up front it'll look clear, and then bam. Kevin's book sent you over? Awesome. I like Kevin. Kevin's an awesome man. All right, let's see. We got, oh, look at that. We got that definite shiny vibe going. And then we got the two colors bouncing through here. I'm not so sure about this Nemo. This might be an old batch from their first run. I'm not digging it right now. I definitely am not a very happy customer with it. All right, let's grab some Lucy. Where is my Lucy? Lucy. Uh-oh. Did I move it someplace? No. Okay. Okay, so Lucy has a very, very pinky hue to it when it's lit up. Like that. So under black light, we got this beautiful pink Lucy color to it. So we're going to stack that on there. Other than that, it looks very clear. So it's kind of like one of those little hidden. He said, I need to make you a pen. Yeah, Kevin's pens are pretty awesome. Hey, John, thank you for everything. Have a good night, all right? What's up, Moon Jim? All right, let's get this stacked on. Let's get this Lucy on here. Yeah, this will be kind of neat. Nobody will know that it's blacklight reactive until you put the blacklight. It's going to look totally clear. All right, that is a lot on there. I'm super happy about that. Got to park this way off to the other side, though. Oops. All right, let's get this rounded out a little bit, and then we're going to work the other side. I'm going to stack something on this Neo. I'm not super happy with it right now. I don't like it. It'd be good practice glass for, maybe I'll send it to Groves and Groves, Dragonfly, so they can practice with it. All right, let's start working the marble mold here. Okay, here we go. Really? There. Yeah, we definitely have that really cool Electrum look going in there. I can't wait for this to cool off. It's going to look so much better. All right, let's stack a punty on here. We're going to put a bunch of clear on it. And I'm going to stack some other colors on here. We're going to try something. Oh, yeah, we're going to do something totally different. Yeah, I think I got a good idea for this. Yep. I got it. All right, bear with me for a second here. How's my view? There we go. All right. This marble's taking forever. So I'll try making a hummingbird out of this thing. If it doesn't look good from there for me, I'm going to toss it. I don't like it that much. So the next step is we're going to take this, we're going to add a whole bunch of clear up here and magnify everything up behind it and see what we can make of it from there. Oh, crap. There we go. Okay, we're super stacking it. All right, we're going to grab some crushed opals. So a little bit of crushed opal in there. I'll bring this off to the side. Oop. I just got a wobble. You guys might be able to see the opal sitting in there. So on the end of that is the crushed opals. Oh, too bright. There. There it is. You can kind of see the blues and greens starting to pop out of it. There. Yeah, we're popping crushed opal in there. We got to mix it all up, though. Mix it up. So it's going to have uranium, electrum, crushed opal, Everything but the kitchen sink. Let's go ahead and pop those in. We definitely have to mix them up, though. Got to do that whole taffy twist thing with those guys. Don't want them all bunched up together. The whole purpose of these is to have them spread out. All right, let's go. We got them all spread out. So we got a bunch of crushed opals running through here. I was just watching a program on YouTube as well, and they were talking about some of these really cool opals that come out of Australia. Like, I think it was like some of the rarest gemstones. They were talking about tanzanite, amylite, and this certain opal came out. Not black opal, but it's, God, I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, it was one badass looking opal. It almost looked so nice, it almost looked fake. All right, we're almost done putting clear on here. All right, we should have enough. We're good. Let's see if we can get you guys a good look at the opals in here. Let me magnify it down a little bit. Drop. Drop, 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 drop. Okay, don't go all the way. I have an idea for that gap. I'm going to fill it in with amber purple. Okay, let's see a side view here. We're looking good. Ooh, look at that elevated. Oh, there they are. They're super hot, so they're not completely there they are. Look at them popping out in there. Now, they're not showing their true colors yet because they are hot. But yeah, there we go. All those little speckles are opal. All right, let's grab some amber purple. Oh, no. I forgot I brought this out. Hold on, hold on. Where are you? I brought out a very specific color tonight. Oh, no, 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 no. You are here. I know you are. You are not sneaking away from me. Hold on, let me find it. Oh, where are you? You know I never pull my glasses off either. Oh, here it is. Woo! Knew I had it. So this is an older color called Purple Passion. This is an older alchemy color that is super, super old. But it is one of my favorite colors. I have like 5 or 6 pounds of this left. But I wanted to use it tonight because it's been a while. So we're going to come through and we're going to fill in the gap with it. It's like amber purple on steroids. So we're going to fill in this gap right in between there with it. Oh, look at the opals popping out. See them all green right there? All those little green opals popping through. Oh, yeah. They're even looking better right there. Woo! Looking pretty. All right, we got the uranium, all that. All right, let's add in the purple passion. Now, this is going to be a marble. Why do I waste so much gas? Really to annoy you. I knew you were coming on my stream, so I thought I would annoy you. I'm so happy to fulfill your dreams here. Crypto. All right, let's put the purple passion in. Here we go. I don't know why people are so obsessed about, like, how much gas I go through. What are you guys on, a gas shortage or something? I'm sure you got plenty of gas for whatever you want to light on fire. There we go. Oh, this is going to be beautiful. There we go. Yeah, that's going to be wicked awesome. I'm happy about that. I knew I brought that color out. You can turn it off. Let's see, who are you? Crypto? Why are you wasting money on crypto? Like, you know how much electricity it costs to mine Bitcoin? Do you have any idea how much electricity you waste mining Bitcoin? Why do you do that? We should create a phrase for everybody that says that. A little phrase that says, I am Greta. I am Greta. I'm Greta Thunberg. All right, let's get this all melted in before I get started. Making money? Yeah, I make money too. So what's the difference between mining crypto and what I'm doing? I'm making money. So what's the difference? Sorry, I got to get it. I'm a little spicy at the moment, everybody. I gotta answer Greta here. Thank you, Antoinette. All right, here we go. Who says you're mining? Well, if you're into crypto, someone's mining, right? You like crypto, so you endorse the abusive electricity use. All right, here we go. I'm gonna flatten this out. We're gonna twist this up a little. I think we're gonna make this a little bit. We're gonna twist it a tiny bit. Let's give it a full treatment here. Here, I gotta I got to do this for Greta. We're going to turn it up for Greta. Okay, so yeah, this is going to look fantastic, actually. So we're going to reverse the punty here, and we're going to flatten it out a little bit more into that UFO shape. And then we're going to twist it up a little. Let's give it a little spice. Because we all know I'm kind of in that spicy mood. Da, da, da. I am running out of punties, though. Wow. What are you? Not a color I want to use. Yeah, we're definitely running out of punties, right? All right. Okay. Let's check this out before I flatten it too much. Let's look at it first. I think we're going to get a whole bunch of different colors bouncing through. Oh, wrong view. There we go. Look at that coloring coming through. So that ring out there is the electric or purple passion. That ring going around there. We almost have that galaxy look going. I kind of like it. What do you guys think? Yay or nay? Should we leave it round or should we twist it up? I think twisting would look good. But we'll kind of go with the audience input. I'll let you guys decide. Audience participation tonight. You guys decide. Twist it or leave it. All right, let's separate this. Twist, twist, twist. Yeah, I think twisting would look good. I'll put that off to the side. And we're going to have to smooth it out, though. So we got to do a small punty, burn off the other end, and then reverse the, oh shoot. I'll deal with that later. So we're going to smooth all this out. And then we're going to flatten it just a little bit, pull it back, and twist it up. I know Saturn ring would be look kind of, Saturn ring on there actually kind of looks kind of cool. I haven't figured out how to do Saturn rings like really well though. I wish I could make like floating Saturn rings in there. That would be really cool. Okay, we got to pull this little bumpy bump off. Ooh. Let me show you this before we go too far. You might see the purple passion coming in. There it is. Do you see it kind of going purple? Or electric purple? I can't remember. Then we got the uranium, the electrum. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is going to look cool. I'm kind of excited for this one now. Hi, Janae. How are you? I didn't get a chance to see you. I know floating Saturn rings would look really, really good. Yeah, floating Saturn rings would be amazing. I was thinking there's probably a way to bridge it, like put a couple little small bridges in there that wouldn't show. The only other way I could think about it would be to do rings and have it just fused onto like one back half of the marble. So they'd be floating through about 80% of it, but 20% would be attached. That would probably be structure wise the best way. All right, here we go. We're going to flatten. Oh, yeah, we definitely got that UFO shape. Now, the interesting thing on here, I'm going to show you guys something that's a little different. Hey, Jen, thank you so much for all the gifts and sharing. So I'm going to show you a little bit. It's going to look like there's a bubble in there, okay? But it's not a bubble. That is the actual electrum right there. See that little spot right in there? It always drives me nuts because electrum looks like it has a bubble, but it just doesn't. It's not a bubble. It's just the way the glass looks. I wish it did kind of have that, but it's just part of the property of the glass. You can't get rid of it. It's just what the glass is. All right, so we're going to reverse the punty here. How you doing, Dusty? I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, before we finish this off, I was thinking about doing a sculpture with, remember the alien head? I think it might look kind of cool. Let's go to side view. You think we should pop the alien head on a like little UFO like this, a little bigger? So put the two together like that, a little bigger, and make it a sculpture. Look at that. Just like a big old head on it. I think it might be kind of cool. Has to be a little bigger though. The solid glass has to be a little bit bigger. Like the disc. But it might be kind of cool. And then put it under a light base. That would be neat. And here we go. Can you make petals like that? Marble for your roses? Yeah, I definitely could. It would take a lot more work to do it, but it is possible to do petals like that. For sure. What's up, Uncle Scooby's in the house? I like saying Uncle Scooby. Scooby Doo was one of my favorite characters when I was younger. Scooby Doo, Bugs Bunny, and then the little, remember Monster from Bugs Bunny? Remember the red guy? They called him Monster. I loved that guy. I thought it was cool as hell. Yeah, Monster was, yeah, the Red Monster. I thought Red Monster was freaking. Maybe I'll make one of those. I can't make it for sale, but I can make myself one, technically. Okay. So we punty up to the both sides like this. We got to stretch it out. We're going to kind of make it into a dragon eye. It is a copywritten item. I don't do anything that has a copyright. We are making a really cool looking marble, actually. But yeah, I don't do anything that would get me in trouble with copyrights. I had Hello Kitty come after me, and that was enough. Sanrio does not play around. I would say Sanrio's worse than Nintendo. If you ever copy Hello Kitty, be prepared. The cease and desist letter was more like a cease and desist book. And the funny part is I didn't actually make Hello Kitty. I had just done a cat, and they thought it looked too close. All right, here we go. We're going to bring it out. So this is where we do a small pull, and I call it the dragon eye, because as we start to pull it, it kind of looks to me very much like a dragon's eye. Like that. That little teardrop look. You ever burn your hair with the flame? No, man. I don't get it. You want to see something freaky? That's how close you can get to the flame. I got to warm up anyway. So there, like that. No, you don't have any worry about that. Why can't you stack beads and put rings in between each one of the different depths? That might actually be a concept right there. That could actually maybe work. That's not a bad possibility. Thank you. All right, so we're going to push this back together. As we start to push it back together, it's going to create an automatic little twist to it. Now, I don't want it twisting up like all kinds of small spirals. I just want small spirals at the end, and then in the middle, I want to keep it pretty thick as far as I don't want like little fine lines through it. Just like one big gigantic taffy pull. So now you can see all the colors spiraled up right there. So let me bring this out. We'll use the side view so I can show you how it's looking. I think it's looking really good. There's a lot going on this piece. We got opals, electrum, uranium, purple passion. It's not purple passion. Electric. Damn it, I forgot the name of it. I think it's electric purple. Now I can't remember the name of it. I have it written down. All right, let's try the side view for the moment. Ooh, I never get tired of seeing that. How hot does it get? We're sitting right around 3,800 degrees. Hey, Bale, you taking off? Have a good one. Yeah, the flame is somewhere around 3,800 degrees Fahrenheit. Ooh, look at that. Is that not a beautiful reveal right there? Let's do that again. Let's do that one again. If you want to have a cool shot, so I'll give you a second. If you want to screenshot this, you can screenshot it and make your own wallpaper for your phone. It will look really good. So here we go. We're going to bring it back out. You're welcome to screenshot it and make your own wallpaper off of it. Right about there would look good. Then we got the sides all looking good. And I got my witch's fingernail. See, this is where I get hurt. See that little shard right there at the end of the rod? I'm going to bring it out this way. That little bastard right there. That's what always cuts you. That right there. Got to get rid of that. All right, let's get this thing all rounded out. Let's turn this thing into a full-blown marble. Off the track designs, thank you. That sounds like a cool. What do you do off the track designs? Like, what is the name in reference to? I'm just asking in general. I'm like a curious ass person. Melt it off? No. Then I got to deal with it hot. I just snip it off. Okay, so we're going to start getting it really ooey gooey and round it off. So the marble mold that we're going to go into is a graphite plate that has a milled out section with these little half rounds down here. And that is how we get the marble shaped out. We're going to go right to there. So yeah, these are all graphite plates milled out. And we use it to shape the marbles. Starting to look like Venus? Yeah, kind of. I would love to do a whole planetary series. Anybody want to guess what my favorite planet would be to make? I'll let you guys take a guess at it. I have it all set up. Oh, we got a couple Earths and Saturns. Bale, you have a good night, okay? Jupiter, Uranus. That's funny, but Mars, Venus, Saturn. I'm just guessing to see what y'all think. Earth, Saturn, Venus. Uranus, Pluto. There we go. Pluto is actually the one I want to do. After I saw that little heart shape on Pluto, I was like, that would be kind of cool. That little heart that's on Pluto, that was kind of cool. And I definitely want to do Mercury. I don't know. All of them would, every one of them would be fun. I'd like to do the sun, but the way I want to do the sun is through the, I can't remember the name of the agency, but they photograph the sun all the time. They're always doing video on the sun. I forget what's pointed at the sun all the time, but the sun almost looks like it has fur on it when you're looking at it through that camera. And that to me looks really cool too. All right, so we're going to switch the sides here and get this other side all rounded out. Yep, there's a heart on Pluto. Yep. It's a really cool looking heart shape. And it's actually kind of reddish pink. Aurora would be one. I know the sun looks like furry, fluffy, whatever you want to call it. It definitely looks cool. The universe is just beautiful. I am a huge, huge, huge space nerd. I love everything in the universe. You look at something like the Horsehead Nebula, the Sombrero Galaxy. The Sombrero Galaxy is really cool. I've been fascinated with that one for a while. But that one's really cool. Use glow in the dark with Pluto? Yeah, that would be fun. Okay, so we're going to spin this up. Get this termination of the spiral really tight right here. Bring it down. Oh, Crab Nebula is badass. Yeah, everything in this, every galaxy related stuff, especially gas, like the gas galaxy looking thing, man, I am in love with that coloring. All right, let's bring this out so you guys can get a look at it. Black Hole. That was one of my favorite movies when I was younger. There's a Disney movie called The Black Hole. Great movie, actually. Even back then, the special effects were kind of cool for it. That movie actually is what kind of got me intrigued with the space. That particular movie. Because I didn't understand what a black hole was at that time. And then I read up on it. And it was like, wow, okay, cool. So movies, you got The Black Hole from Disney. Forbidden Planet is an amazing movie. I still watch that today. That one is a great movie. Let's bring this out here. And I did like the Amazon series. Oh my gosh, I'm having a meltdown here. I had too much heat going to my brain. All right, what was the really popular Amazon series? I can't think of it. I'm having a malfunction. Oh my gosh. The Expanse. Thank you. Yeah, Expanse was great. Yeah, I like that. That was a great, great, great series. Season 1 was kind of hard to get through. But once I got past season 1, then I was good. Titan, I've never seen Titan AE at all. I should probably watch that. I've never seen Titan AE. You were 7 when Black Hole was in it. Yeah, right around this. What year was Black Hole? What year was that one? Anybody know what year the Black Hole was? I want to say it was 80. Hey, what's up? How you doing? 1979. Okay, yeah. All right, we're getting this all rounded out now. We're almost done with this marble. We've spent a lot of time on it, but it's pretty epic too. I've had a lot of fun just chatting with all of you. Honestly, I've had a good night. I've been melting glass and I get to hang out with all of you. This has been like my perfect stream. I'm hanging out with all of you, get to chat, my social interaction. So it's been a fun night for me. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for making my night so good so far. Even the trolls. We love our trolls. All right, this is pretty epic now. That is a perfect spinner right there. Yeah, I've been having a good time talking to all of you. That's really cool for me. I mean, I get to make really cool stuff and talk with people. Reminds me of Vegas when my mother and I were there. Okay, here we go. Let's do a little bit of a reveal here. Oh my God. Did I tell you guys that thing was going to be amazing? Speaking of spacey looking stuff. Did I tell you it was going to be awesome? Here we go. One more time. Woo. See, you all helped me create that too. All of you helped me create that. And that's the beauty of it. You all helped me participate. You all participated in helping me do that. One last time here, we're going to bring it over so you guys can watch it one last time. Then I got to switch and take it off. All right, here we go. We're going to bring it over. I'm going to try and bring it into a hot shot. We're going to do what's called the hot shot. Bring it over. There we are. It's not as good a hot shot. But that reveal. All right, here we go. This is an epic marble looking galaxy. This is absolutely beautiful. Here comes the reveal in 3, 2, 1. There we go. Got the beautiful colors coming through. I'm going to do that one more time because I'm going to make a short out of it. Sorry, I'm taking my time. We're going to make a short video out of this reveal. So here we go. We're going to bring it over. There's the beautiful glow. And in 3, 2, 1, we got that beautiful galaxy going. That is actually really, really pretty. I am totally happy with that. I'm absolutely stunned, honestly. I didn't actually had no idea it was going to do that. I didn't know what color it was going to be. I'm going to probably produce the short tonight after the video gets processed, so it'll be in the morning. And here we go. We're going to reverse the punty real quick. So this is the scary part. This is where it barely hits on there. Okay. That marble is stuck, but it's not fused. Meaning if you tap it, it'll just break right off. Did you see Banjo live on the Corning Museum? Nope. I did not. Do we have Starry Night in here? All right, here we go. I'm going to separate that. And we got to pull this little nipple off. This is like the perfect marble because I like the size. I don't like it gigantic. This is like the perfect marble. So all we have to do now is get it smoothed out and pop it off. Okay, a little bit up here. We're going to smooth it out and hopefully not have it drop because that would suck. It won't hurt it, just makes it much harder to deal with. Yeah, this thing is so round. I'm very, very happy with this. All right, we're going to try and get a hot shot with it on the side view. If you guys want to capture it, you're more than welcome to. I'll let you know when we're coming across. We're going to be coming across in about 3, 2, 1. We're going to bring it over and get that nice hot shot going. And hopefully we have another, I know, drop it in my lap. All right, here we go. We're going to show this color reveal. We got a bright red orangey glow in 3, 2, 1. And yeah, that purple passion or electric purple, whatever you want to call it, can't remember the name. It looks amazing. And you can see the opals bouncing through there. Oh my God, look at the opals. Those little specks right in between that are all the opals. I forgot about the opals. Thank you, Darlene. Witch and Grandma, how are you? I didn't see you in here. Thank you, Dusty. No, it's not an air bubble. It is part of the electrum. It makes it look like an air bubble, but it is the actual glass. It leaves these like nuggets in there. That's the best way I could describe it. It's like a little nugget. It drove me nuts for a while when I first started working with it. I thought they were air bubbles too. All right, I'm going to show you what it looks like to have the little punty mark on here. Well, it's really hard to see the punty mark. It's barely on there. It's right in there. I did so good it barely has a punty mark on it. Yeah, I'm going to bring it over. It's going to look like a bubble, but it's not. It drives me nuts. But yeah, that looks like a bubble. It is not. You can see it happening down here too. It's just a big old chunk of it. It drives me insane when that happens. Oh my God. Look at that. I got to turn this over just a little bit. There we are. And a little bit more. And you can see the little opals bouncing in there. Yeah, this is going to be one wicked marble. I hope to God it doesn't crack. I do want to try something before we go too far, though. So we did the cobalt. We did amber purple over cobalt on this hummingbird. I want to see if the borax will change the color. So I want to try borax on it. So let's check it out together. So this is amber purple over cobalt. We get those colors bouncing through it. Yeah, that is wicked. All right, let's try some, there. Trying to get the underside of the wing so you guys can see that. There we go. All right, let's throw some borax on there and see if we get a different color. So when I am saying borax, I really mean borax laundry soap. It's one of the things you can use to help enhance your colors, especially when you do fuming. But I have recently found that it changes some of the chemical composition of some of the striking colors. Oddly enough. So we're going to see if it did it. All right. You guys ready to see? I don't know. I can kind of tell it might have. Oh, yeah, it did. It definitely enhanced it a little bit. I can't grip it. There we go. That's an uncomfortable position to be in. My camera work sucks. Look at those colors. Nope, this is not made for an order. This is available. This is not a hanging one, though. This is a plant stick hummingbird. All right, I got to figure out my camera work. I suck at this. I can't believe that. It did enhance it, though. It looked really good. We'll cover a couple things real quick. So we did some experimenting with the frosting on top of the gold and gold fume. So this is frosty gold. So we frosted gold. Unfortunately, there's no uranium in it, though. And then we did kind of like a white pink. I'm going to make a little base for this one. This one's actually really pretty. I'm trying to... There. That almost looks opalescent, doesn't it? To me, it looks opalescent. So I'm going to make a little base for this guy. But I think it looks opalish, like mother of pearl. Okay, boom. All right, I have to take a break. It has been, wow, we've been streaming for 3 hours. Woo. That's been a minute. All right, I definitely have to get up and walk around. I don't know if I'll be back on tonight. I still want to try my horizontal view, but it's very cold out right now. So if I don't see you, hang around tomorrow. If you are not subscribed on YouTube, I would appreciate the subscription if you want to come around and see. You don't have to subscribe, but I always appreciate it. And TikTok, thank you very much. If you're following, I appreciate the follows very much. And thank you all for participating tonight and making my live stream so much better and so entertained. I really thank you for everything. You make my life a lot better.